22E is meme sakin. What should you do when you find a meme that has no haraka on it and it's sukun? So 22E, it's about meme sakin. Yes, they printed left to right, then they did right to left. What was that? Yeah. That's the whole point. I wanted to see if you guys figured out we're almost done with the fundamentals. We're planning something, yes, so we need to talk about how to have a mini graduation for group 3, because you guys have to now transition to memorization. Let me borrow your book a second to make a point. So what this tells us is the following. With mim sakin, what that does is they call that al-ikhfa sakin mihim hijara. Lasta alayhim bimo. You go to okay, that's what it is we're doing. So it's they call it a oral hiding, al-ikhfa shafawi, with the lips there. That's what it is. So every time you see mim sak wa amanahum min khawf. See how they put the you have to sort of like, instead of saying antum, it's like antum, your position for the ba. Very soft. That's right. So that's what they call an ikhfa. You don't clarify the but you just position for the next letter to come. Yes, there's a slight, there's a ghunna to it and two haraka, yes, there's always two haraka. Yes, mim and ba. Yes, give me, who knows that? Okay, let's take Buruj. There we are. Wallahu min waraihim muhit. So you will always make the him, see, make the see, min waraihim muhitum, instead of saying muhitun, muhitum. That's why they put a meme here. Yes, if you continue, if you stop, muhit. But if you continue, muhitum bal huwa Qur'anun majidun fi lawhin mahfuz. See, lawhin mahfuz. They put a shadda there to force you to do, to say lawhin mahfuz, so you can do the idgham there. Yeah. So you mean to do that? Okay, the tashahud when we sit, right? So there are multiple ways of saying that. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wa ashhadu anna Muhammadan abduhu wa rasuluh.
So which is that's the correct?
No, you can say that. No. You say rasuluh. Yeah, so like say his messenger. Yes, his messenger. And that's why some of the scholars say, if we don't pronounce some of these like hidden letters, the tamarbut, in some instances it radically changes the meaning. For example, in the adhan, okay, in the adhan, everybody say adhan. See, short adhan. Sometimes people mistakenly say the adhan. The difference is that adhan means announcement, or adhan means ears. Ears. See, just a haraka change from 1 to 2 harakat mad makes it a difference. A lot of people don't understand, so they just say, oh, the adhan. Common mistake. People say Ashhadu anna la ilaha illallah. That's incorrect. It is ashhadu alla. It's an idgham to make there, not anna. That changes the word to verily. Yeah, and not only that, that's not what the written text is. I think it's just a common mistake that people pick up. They assume that's because it says ashhadu anna Muhammadan Rasulullah. It's on the anna Muhammadan Rasulullah, not on the an la ilaha illallah. It's Allah, Allah. There's a slight ghunna because yarmalun, nun second forward by lam. You cannot merge but without the ghunna. Allah. But people say annala. Wrong. There's no shadda on the nun. It's actually a sukoon, not a shadda. Yes. But they assume it neurologically because it says wa ashhadu anna Muhammadan Rasulullah. Ya ala salah. Well, this is where as-salah and salah are two different words. Some say hayya ala salah. That's not the right way. It doesn't change the meaning, but that's not. Because hayya ala al-falah, you have to letter ha. So tajweed is based on the preceding letter and haraka. It could change. Like for lam and ra could be heavy or light based on the surrounding letters and how you merge them or not. So that's part of it. Another part of it, making sure that the shadda gets the strength that it's supposed to get. Because shadda indicates originally. Ayyuhal kafirun. If it's within the same word, you can elongate it even 5 harakat. Generally 4. And if you were reading quickly, it's okay for it to even be 2 harakat because it doesn't change the meaning. The fact that it has 2 harakat as a base. So you can say, قُلْ يَا أَيُّهَا الْكَافِرُونَ قُلْ يَا أَيُّهَا الْكَافِرُونَ. It's still acceptable. It's just that the most proper way to say, قُلْ يَا أَيُّهَا الْكَافِرُونَ. When you end with this type of mad here, it's okay to be up to 6 harakat. Dhamma followed by wow, or ya, kasra followed by ya, the end.
And that's because it's the end.
The end of the ayah. Yes. Arid lis-sukun, they say, like when you end in such a way where, you have this small mad and then there's a sukun at the end. It becomes a mad that is caused by the fact that the end word gets sukun. Yes. So when you say قُلْ يَا أَيُّهَا الْكَافِرُونَ, we don't say كَافِرُونَ. 2 الرحمن الرحيم. It's perfectly fine. If you Tarawih, if you do all the mad, the prayer just becomes long. That's why many times if you listen to Al-Haramain, when they lead Tarawih, they shorten all the mad, minimum 2 harakat and a few times 4 harakat, no more. If not, there are many ayat that have too many mad. It'll just take long. And the reciter's voice will be down in no time. Yes, Jana. Oh, I thought you had your hand up. Okay, so lesson 23. Start with from Surah Al-Kafirun to Surah An-Nas. Al-Kafirun to An-Nas. Graduates. That's why we should have a small. But in order to do that, I want you guys to review the entire book. Catch the shadda. A. Good. Clearer. Ayyuha. Clearer. Because some dialects in Arabic would use a instead of ayyuha a. And there actually is an ayah, one ayah in the Quran. I think it's the only ayah in the Quran that, so you have alif and ya. In between, it's only recited with an a. I want to go to a quick line. I just want to share because you guys, I just want you guys to be armed with a lot of information, a lot of great things with recitation. Here in other, they use this sign or maybe the website translated it to this. But let me show you the mushaf. Where's the mushaf? The blue one you had. Okay. Because they could change. Well, aspiring. So even in this one, they use the dot. I have another one that used the diamond in there. They use different marks to just prompt the reader that this particular one must be recited. Let me find the third one, the Medina Mushaf, the original Medina Mushaf that was printed in the 80s, the King Fahad. And I don't want anybody to touch my King Fahad one. Somebody moved it, and I despise that. I don't want anybody moving it. In fact, we're here for the Jummah. So, this is how this is read. Where you see that big dot under the Ra. Yes, I was looking for this. Where did you find this? This is mine. Nobody should put a sign there. Imam's copy. See? In this old one, so this was printed, I think they used it. Or his companions decided, because think about it. An eighth marker in one juz. So, for example, if I'm praying, I want to read a whole juz, I can reach the attention. So that's markers because I memorized it this way. Not everybody does, but I'm between with two harakats. Majreha wa mursaha. Just give you an example of how the Quran, you'll find the symbols along the way. So Al-Kafirun, everybody. Al-Kafirun. Surah Al-Kafirun. That's where we're going. Al-Kafirun. Do you see ayyuhal? Because of Hamzatul Wasl. قُلْ يَا أَيُّهَا الْكَافِرُونَ. And again here, see, we have alif followed by hamza. That's why it is la a'budu ma ta'budun. What you have to catch yourself is 4 harakat, 2 harakat, 6 if you want to.
But the last one you could make a 2, 4, or 6.
That's right. And when you become proficient, you based on how much breath you have. It's precise because they affect meaning the most. So here's one. Third ayah. وَلَا أَنْتُمْ. What are we doing here? أَنْتُمْ. Ikhfa. Yes, catch your ikhfas with a ghunna. Nun sakin followed by ta. Ikhfa. But it'll come natural. After you see a lot of antum all over the Quran, it just comes naturally. وَلَا أَنْتُمْ عَابِدُونَ مَا. Read what you see. A'bud. A'bud. Good. This symbol we said, if you continue, if you stop. Or if you continue, وَلَا أَنَا عَابِ. Ana versus ana. Which you normally will not do in such 2 words, but there's another surah which actually ends with it in Surah Al-Ahzab. Yes, وَتَظُنُّونَ بِاللَّهِ الظُّنُونَ. It actually ends with that symbol. That's if you stop there, you must use the 2 haraka elongation. But if you continue, one of those is if you stop or continue. So, but this one, everybody continues because it's in the beginning of the ayah. Yes, exactly. وَلَا أَنَا عَابِدٌ مَا. Okay. مَا أَعْبُدْ.
Can I read the last ayah?
Yes.
لَكُمْ دِينَكُمْ وَلِيَ.
Read what you see, not from your memory. This is known with a dhamma. Now, that's why I tell people, neurologically, also your tongue remembers it a certain way. You know, had this muscle memory. Your tongue only knows to say it one way. Yazan, last eye again. Read it again. Read Al-Kafirun. Just want to say, fine, okay, Jannah says she's not answered one question. Okay, but you have to start with A'udhu Billahi Minash Shaitan. I'll start it when you go to good. A'udhu Billahi Minash Shaitan. Yazan, listen now. Okay, go ahead. A'udhu Billahi Minash Shaitan. I just want you to read what you see. Don't read. Go.
ولا
26 seconds, and she did not even do all the elongations. What a lot of people don't realize, they speed through the prayers. To pray 2 rakah, sunnah, it takes a minimum of 4 minutes. 4 minutes. I kid you not. If you read Al-Fatiha correctly and any other surah correctly, it will take you 4 to 5 minutes. Sometimes I'm in the first rakah in Al-Fatiha, the person next to me has finished 1 rakah. I'm reading Al-Fatiha and I can see them go up and down. By the time I read Al-Ikhlas, they finish the second rakah of this. And I'm like, what are you reading then? They're just speeding. So that's 26 seconds. Okay, Sunni, you tried. I just want you to see that it takes time to read rightly. Ready? Go. You don't do it right because it takes longer or shorter. I just want to make sure that if you stick to just the basic rules, it will take some time to read. So you cannot just go Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. That's not how it works. You have to give it time. So because you guys are Quran students, I'm advising you when you read at home, but your salah, take your time and practice this when you read. Okay, so for example, if you just read it with, again, just 4 harakat, even 4 Al-Fatiha is even a longer surah. It takes longer to read Al-Fatiha. That's why, stay off the barrier. So if you read Al-Kafirun and Al-Fatiha, well, that's 1 minute each rakah, and when you go down and sit down, that kills another minute. So you recite for 1 minute, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, well, that kills the second minute. That's why it takes 2 minutes per rakah. For example, Al-Fatiha, Assalamu alaikum. We're about to make adhan soon. So Al-Fatiha, if recited correctly, عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. Ameen. When you do that silently, you almost take a minute if you do it properly. So how can somebody finish a whole rak'ah in 1 minute? Ears must be able to, like for example, I can hear myself saying, I can hear myself. You must hear yourself. I've seen someone pray, Allahu Akbar. They're praying by themselves, they recite it in their head. No, your salah is invalid if you recite.